Alright, welcome back everybody to another What Sold video. My name is Bob. I'm the Rocket City Reseller. And if you're new here, we sell plush and toys, mostly plushies. And this is our plushie army. We are strong at 336 totes, 105 quart tote containers full of plush. And we have about, I think, let's see, $381.66 rather, going out. And that's in a 24-hour period. I do a rolling 24-hour count for that. And also of that $381.66, we have 166.68 of that courtesy of Nifty AI, relisting, renewing, sending offers, etc. So if you're not familiar with Nifty, I'll go ahead and leave the link here. We've talked about that plenty of times. Feel free to try it out if you'd like. Code Rocket City will get you 15% off your first month. And yeah, so that's 44% of our sales, courtesy of Nifty.ai. It's like having a full-time employee that you only pay $90 a month for. So can't say enough about that. It's really scaled our business this year. 2026, we're looking to do 6 figures plus. We've been trending that for the last 2 years without Nifty. So let's see what Nifty can do for us this year. We're going to go ahead and get into the video and get to what's sold. Appreciate you guys coming along for the ride. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe. Feel free to comment. It's really certainly appreciated. On to the video. Okay, we are back, and this is Bunnies by the Bay. And if you guys aren't familiar with Bunnies by the Bay, it is oftentimes found around where jellycats hang out. They're usually in the same type of area in specialty stores. Funny thing about jellycat is they only allow a certain amount of stores within a geographical location. So I think that's to prevent oversaturation in the market, to try to keep them sought after. That's my running theory. If you know different, please leave it in the comments. But pretty smart business strategy if you ask me. But anyways, Bunnies by the Bay tends to hang out in that area. And it is a very sought after brand. It is a little bit higher tier plush. They're weighted, they're soft like a jelly cat, and yeah, I can't say enough about Bunnies by the Bay. If you're not tracking it, I would definitely, this is one of the ones I would continue to pick up. I know we're moving away from some of this kind of thing and our next pull here, but yeah, I would definitely pick up Bunnies by the Bay, Jelly Cat, and probably Manhattan Toy. Those 3 brands are pretty good in regards to plush, and this one sold for $12 in 15 days. On Poshmark. And we're going to go ahead and get to our next one in just a second. Okay, so this is a Itsy Ritsy. It's like a teether, maybe activity toy. It's got little taggies on here. And I don't believe this one's ever been used. But it is a sought after brand as well. So kind of in line with those other brands that we just called out. Itsy Ritsy is the brand. And this is definitely one you want to look out for. $15 in 1 day. So as soon as we listed it, pretty much sold. That's not often the case with Itsy Ritsy, so do your research and make sure that you're doing your comps and stuff. $15 may not seem like a lot, but when you pay probably not even a nickel for something, it tends to add up quick. So Itsy Ritsy, Lovey Teether, Crinkles, Baby Security Toy. That's what it was listed as. And again, sold in 1 day. On to the next. So real talk real quick, I'm using this little Hulkin bag because we have so much inventory that needs to be located, photographed, and pictured. I don't even have a laundry basket. So this little Hulkin dupe was something that Stefany Fuson, who's was on our, or it's going to be on our podcast in just a few short days. It is February 11th today. February 23rd, the premiere of that episode drops. I'll go ahead and put the link for that here. Make sure you come out and check out Stefany Fuson if you're a reseller or you love comedy and things of that nature. She brings a nice spin to the reselling community and that nature. Come out and have a laugh and enjoy the podcast. It is a pre-recorded one, and had the pleasure of speaking to Stefany in depth in regards to all things reselling. So anyways, why I mention that is because she actually turned me on to this Aldi's dupe. So if you have Aldi's in your area, these tend to run like $99 for this size for Hulkin, and Aldi's had it for $30. So it has been serving its purpose, and we have been using it. So can't say enough about that. Can't even really tell the difference between this and a Hulkin. So on to the next. I just wanted to shout that out real quick. All right, we are back, and I failed to mention the name of the podcast, which is Launchpad Reseller Podcast, Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. Feel free to check it out. We talk about all things reselling. We are the authoritative source. We are your mission control for all things reselling. Come, please hang out. We talk about business and how to scale. We have great guests. This coming Monday, the 16th of February, we are having Wade's Ventures. He is absolute terror on the storage locker scene. He has over 200,000 subs on YouTube. He's absolutely prolific in that space. If you want to come and hang out and ask questions of Wade, now's your chance. You're going to have an absolute one-on-one live with Wade Ventures. Again, that's February 16th, 8 p.m. Eastern. Come check it out. We're going to get to our next tote in just a second. We're looking for let's see here, Cold Cares Gerald and Piggy Mo Williams plush set, sold for $45. Let's go. Right, here it is, Cold Cares. Nothing fancy here. Only sold about 20 of these for $45 this year. So if you're not tracking, Mo Williams Cold Cares, it sells well. Again, this one sold for $45 in 1 month. By the time we list it, quite honestly, I'm not surprised it didn't sell sooner. It sells sometimes within hours of listing. So this one sold for a lot. And we're going to keep it moving on to the next one. And pick up your Cold Cares. They can sell. Okay, so this next sale is actually part of a three set bundle. The pig that we just showed earlier, this Toy Story set, and then there was one other we'll get to in just a few minutes. This Toy Story set has Buzz, Peapods, Alien, and Jessie, and sold for $32 in 15 days on Poshmark. And yes, you can sell more than clothing on Poshmark if you didn't know, if you're not tracking that. So be sure to group similar items together. If you're having trouble moving plush, that's idea one. Idea two is always like try to engage on Poshmark if you're new to that. And if you need help in that regard, Nifty.ai, like we talked about earlier, actually does it on your behalf. So not a whole lot to do there. But if you're not, make sure you're sharing your closet. Make sure that you are liking and following other sellers on there. It's a very social platform, and you can sell and sell well. It's our third highest marketplace in regards to reselling. Can't say enough about Poshmark and how it's really came in clutch in 2025 and really helped us scale our business. We actually tripled it when we started using Nifty.ai. And also, we're starting to see some life coming back from Mercari because of Nifty as well. So anyways, we're going to keep it moving. Again, this one sold for $32, 15 days on Poshmark. Let's go. All right, we are back, and just wanted to tell you a little bit about our social media experience. We are actually now moving into Facebook as well. We have a Rocket City Reseller Facebook group. So if you'd like to be a part of that, please make sure you follow along the journey, including this YouTube channel and other adventures, like Instagram, for example. So if you're not tracking that and there's a preferred platform, feel free to follow us along that journey. Also, if you're a busy person, and you probably are because you're a reseller, if you're watching this, likely. And if you don't want to be a reseller, I certainly encourage you to try it, at least for a little while. Give it 2 months, and let's see if you change your mind. But the point is if you want to take us on the go, you can also reach out to the Launchpad podcast through Spotify. We're broadcasting there, so you can listen to us on the go. If you're, a hustling mama, someone who is working another full-time job, and you want to take us on the go and listen to us in traffic, we have a lot of laughs and a lot of good times, a lot of good information coming out of that podcast. So feel free to take us along on the ride. This plus set, we are looking at a Disney 101 Dalmatian plus set. It is vintage applause. And we put all these guys together, got them in different places along the way. And this one sold for $65 in 4 months and on Etsy. So it was a relist by Nifty. So thank you, Nifty, for relisting our items when we were busy doing other things and providing a way in the reselling game. It's all about getting those items out in front of your buyers. So again, this one was $65. 4 months on Etsy, and we're going to get on to the next one. I just want to come back and clarify some stuff. I know you've been hearing me say nifty, nifty, nifty. Even though it says 4, 6, 7 months that they've been static for that time period, what Nifty's doing is it's delisting and relisting these items. And the actual time sold once that happens is normally within days. I don't capture that here, but there's a few of these that were like within 7 to 15 days of that process. Putting it back out into the algorithm that they're selling through. That's where Nifty comes in clutch. So I just want to be clear about that if I wasn't earlier, and we'll get on to the video. I feel like I'm going to break this damn thing. Like, look at this. I look like a little kid with their wagon. So I'm going to take my plushies and run off to the garage, but I just wanted to capture this moment for a laughter factor. And yeah, so going to go ahead and over there, and we'll keep it going. All right, this next sale is a Hallmark Sweet Singing Elephant with Bluebird. This one sold for $19.74 and sold via Nifty and sold within 6 months. Again, it's doing its thing behind the scenes, remember? So it's likely less than that, but originally listed then. So $19.74, we had the buyer reach out in regards to this one. It was like, can you send it right away? It's for Valentine's Day. You know, today is Wednesday. It'll go out tomorrow, Thursday. Will it make it? Hard to say. Likely this one's going to be a negative feedback, but you know, it all depends on when you buy it and what you're willing to pay for shipping in the end. So we'll do the best we can by them, but it's just one of those things about reselling that you have to consider if you're thinking about doing this. So this is a cutie going off to the new home, and hopefully it brings some joy to somebody for Valentine's Day. Get there in time, little buddy. Get there in time. Okay, vintage 1999 TY Beanie Buddy Clubby 2, the blue teddy bear plush. Sold for $21 in 6 months on eBay. So we do quite a business on TY Beanie Buddies. If you didn't know, now you know. 1999 vintage. It does have some writing on the tag. The buyer didn't seem to mind. Clubby is a very, very popular one. We sold this one a few different times. And yes, what can I say about TY Beanie Buddies? They're not babies, right? So let's be clear. They're bigger. They have a more perceived value. They're better quality, in my opinion. They're weighted. They check a lot of boxes. And over the holiday season, there was some data that came out by eBay that plush was up there. 44% of people were looking for bears. And of those 44%, people were looking for beans in relation to. So why that's important is I'm a data scientist. I look at data when I do stuff, and when I make my decisions, when I'm out picking, I make data-informed business decisions. So, and we sell a ton of it because of it. So those are the insights of a software engineer that resells. If you like more of that stuff, go ahead and interact in the comments and let me know. If not, I'll keep it moving. And this little guy's going off to his new home. Okay, so this next one sold on eBay, and it took an eternity to sell. Can I say Nifty did relist this eventually? Got to remember, we have 7,000 listings, and it can only do so many in a day. Because the last thing you want to do is have that app be considered botting by a platform. So it's only restricted to list about 100 a day. So this one actually got up on the queue, listed, and sold. It does have some writing on the tag. I thought for sure when I first picked this up, when I first started reselling, and it's been that long, at least almost 2.5 years, 3 years that we've had this, that it would be very popular. Has all the markers, you know, it's a good quality plush, it's soft, extremely well made. Likely was a carryover from a trip overseas as a you know, item that they brought back. But yeah, it didn't sell through, and I got just a few more left of them. Once these are gone, I won't likely pick this one up again. So this little Royal Guard sold for $9.56 in 6 months on eBay, and 10 of 10 would not recommend getting these and picking them up unless you are seeing a different result. I mean, obviously do your comps, do your research. Maybe it's just my title listing, because again, remember this was in the beginning. And then let's see of my reselling. I oftentimes don't go back and touch the listings because there's 8,000 to go through. So let that guide your decision. And he has beans in his hiney. He is all the greatness in the world, and he's off to his new home. All right, this Disney Zoom Zooms. Yeah, what can I say? Zootopia plush sold in, it took about 6 months to sell. I think why it sold now is because the movie. I love it when they release new movies and we have the items already in inventory. Makes it so much easier to get a sale. This one actually was $12.95 in the store. Still has its original tag, and it sold for $20. So, and 30 cents in 6 months on eBay. Likely you can't get this anymore, and probably likely can't get it very, very many times with the tag intact. So Disney Zootopia, I have not seen the new movie yet. I know it's been a while, so no need to not spoiler alert. But if you've seen the movie, leave it in the comments. I'd love to hear what you thought about it. And yeah, what can I say about this guy? It is new tag, and it's off to its new home. This next one's pretty fantastic. I believe this might even be vintage. This one's a kissing Disney Lion King kissing Nala plush. So basically there is a Simba and a Nala. They have magnets in their noses, and you put them together and they stick. We recently sold one over the holidays of the two. They were not new tag, but this one is, which is likely why she got separated and listed on her own. But she sold for $20.41 in 7 months. And again, this was a relist by Nifty, so probably just a few days since then that it sold through. And it sold on eBay. So I think there's a little bit of writing there, and we indicate that kind of thing. I think that this type of plush is often overlooked a lot of times. Lion King can do very well, depending. So make sure you're doing your comps. Obviously, anything that's new old stock with the tag still, even though there's creases here, there's value in that for the buyer and the collector. So be on the lookout for anything Lion King, and again, do your research. On to the next. All right, so this Baby Gap Brandon Bear sold for $17.99 in 3 months on eBay. I think Baby Gap's a little bit of a harder find sometimes. At least for us, we don't come across it very often. This one had all the key markers. It's like her curly teddy, had beans there, and you could tell this thing's been loved. And I like saving this type of thing. It does take a while to sell through because of that, but I guarantee you this is someone's childhood favorite that's coming back, and they're coming back for $18 to them via eBay. And just wanted to take a moment to be careful with bears, because you get into a hole. Some are valuable, some are not. Do your research. Really think about your life choices and sell-through rate. For us, we have 336 totes full, about 7,500 listings right now, and another probably 3,000 to 4,000 to go to list up. So if you want to do the long game and sell plush, just consider those things when you're actually moving the inventory through. This one's off to its new home, and super cute. All right, this PetSmart plush is going out the door. Sold for $10.67 on eBay and sold in about 7 months. Again, this was a relist that just recently sold through. And what can I say about PetSmart? A lot of times I find it with tags. I'm not exactly sure why that is, but yeah, these are super cute, and a little squeaker in there. So my dogs are going crazy right now because of that. So sorry if you're barking, but yeah, someone's getting a play item, and this is a Christmas plush, if you notice there. So Christmas can sell all year long, and don't let it just sit in a profit pile. Get that stuff listed up even if it's out of season. On to the next. Alrighty, we are live from the sunroom, and some stuff is the same, some stuff is different. This used to be full of all Disney. We are transitioning all that Disney to our staging area and getting it listed finally. It's been months and months and months in the making. We were waiting for inventory, to be quite honest, to be done before we got moving through this. So you're going to have a lot of Disney items coming your way if you're interested in that. And if you're interested in Disney, check me out on Whatnot. I do shows every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I'll go ahead and put a QR code here. So if you can stand back to that, if you're not familiar with Whatnot, come get $15 off your first purchase. You don't have to buy from me, but check it out. You get a lot of different things and whatnot. So we're going to get on to the video, and we're going to push that, or pull that last piece that sold as part of that Poshmark bundle in just a few seconds. Alrighty, this little turtle is super sweet. It's a rare, sweet and soft turtle plush, and let me just tell you, it is ever so soft, probably softer than Jellycat, we'll say that. Sold for $9 in 15 days on Poshmark. This was part of that 3-piece bundle that's going out the door. And would I pick it up again? Probably not. Nor would I pick up a lot of the stuff that is currently in here anymore. Just not selling fast enough, quite honestly. It will sell, and it will sell for good money, but time is of the essence. And yeah, so who wouldn't want a plush aircraft? I would love this as a kid. All right, anyways, on to the next one. All right, I am back. I didn't want to sound discouraging earlier in regards to what you should and shouldn't pick up, but just be mindful of it, because sell-through rate is important, especially if you only have a limited amount of space. Something like this is your better choice, you know. Sophia sells well and sells fast for us. She'll probably go for, I want to say, 30 to 40, somewhere in there, believe it or not. And even with her pilling issues that she has, she's more of a pillow than anything. But as soon as we list this, guaranteed sale. So it's just time for us to try to get stuff listed. So I guess Sophia is very popular because as soon as we list it, it sells and sells quickly. So be on the lookout for Sophia, the first, and all the sub characters, because when you put them together, it's absolute fire. Okay, and just like that, we're at the end of the video. I want to thank you all for coming in and joining us and rolling along the way. We're going to keep this one short, and we're going to do a little bit of a pop-up here. We have Bluey and Friends, Bingo Bluey, Rusty and Chloe. Rusty made the deal. Chloe made the deal. They're harder to find. Sold in one day. One day for $41. Here it is. We had a TY Actressures Humphrey. Sold in 11 days for $20 on Etsy. Here he is. And also a way to celebrate Easter round mallard plush for $23 in 9 days. Here, how fantastic is that? He's so chunky. And of course, we had the Itsy Ritzy from earlier. We already pulled. So, what can I say, guys? You know, 381 is current status, and I just heard something else sell. So, I'm sure that number will be greater before this video is posted, because we just have a few short hours left in this day before we wrap this one up. So, 381.66 in 24 hours. 44% of that is courtesy of Nifty.ai. Listen, I'm not just saying it. I'm a software engineer. I've used a lot of different things over the course of my life. This is one you're going to want to track. And if you're not using this, use something else cross-list. Get more eyes on your product. Remind you guys, if you cannot be good at it. Until the next one.